I had a letter from them, and I wanted to. No, I think it was a phone call. I think it was a phone call I had. I don't think it was a letter. I think it was a phone call, and they said, you know, could they just have words with me? So that's how it started. And then they came perhaps once a month, and then, when it was nearly the finish, they came twice. So just kept coming out, making an appointment to come and tell me when they'd be here. So I used to have to work around that day. Well, I couldn't believe it, because we'd always sat and watched it on television. No, they asked me, what did he do in the Air Force, and did he make friends? And yeah, he had quite a few, because he played for the RAF football team. Could you find out a bit more about him? And this is when I said, oh, dude, it's funny about what I was thinking about, when you're in the Air Force, what about so-and-so and what about so-and-so? So what makes you think, what do you keep asking questions for? I said, I don't know, it's just something comes into my head. And he said, lies that you've told me, why you've done this, why you've done that. And I had, just to find out for them. They wanted me to quiz him. I got a taxi for them here and got to the station. I had to be just as normal when I was still in my pyjamas when Derek had gone out the hour before. He was catching, my train was an hour later, so I had to get Martin up, get him dressed, get myself sorted out, and look very elegant in the curlers, and no time to do anything really. It was just all hectic. Well, I was there after Derek. Someone met us. They took us to where we were staying overnight. The hotel was very near. I can remember that. And we just went, and they showed us around. They'd been doing the black and white minstrel show in that studio the night before, and it went a bit like I imagined it. They showed us where it was going to be, and there was a big settee and a chair, and a television screen on the wall. I remember that, and cables. There must have been as big as that, all across the floor that you couldn't see. I mean, well, I never saw it on the television, and it's not on those pictures, but they were just saying to Martin, when we ask you to go and say hello to your daddy, walk at the back of the settee, because you might fall over these. But, of course, boys are boys, aren't they? Forgot all about that. When he was that pleased to see Derek, he ran and he tripped up over the cables, went all his length. I was more pleased that it had happened, because, if they'd done all that work and they found out, it would have just been a waste of time. And I didn't want that to be my fault, so I must have done a good job. Well, it was always a bit, shy. It would never push himself, It just wasn't that type of person. A lot of people phoned up, and a lot of people, the word goes around quickly, doesn't it? And yeah, everybody seemed to enjoy it. Like to us, it didn't mean anything, because it was just happened. It was life. We'd lived that. We knew these people. Everybody was a surprise. It was, when one after the other came on. Some of them I hadn't seen, as I say, as teachers, and I knew the players, his teams and other things, but one or two I didn't know in his earlier days. It was nice. It was nice seeing them. I mean, it's always a surprise. Everybody likes surprises, don't they? There was nobody that I didn't want to be there, or it was all as much a surprise to me as it was to today.